Good morning, welcome to today's vlog. I hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful morning, weekend morning here, start of winter, and oh my gosh, it's so glorious. I'm still a little bit snuffly, so apologies, you'll be able to hear it in my voice, but I hope you're doing all well. I've got my lovely morning coffee here. Ezzy's out with his papa this morning, so I am just chilling on the homestead. I'm going to do a few projects, potentially some sewing, a little bit of knitting, and yeah, I wanted to take you along for my morning. As you'll see at the beginning of this video, it's incredibly cold in the evenings and the mornings before the sun's properly come up. The sun here in Australia is really quite amazingly strong. We have to be very careful of the UV. My partner Tom's actually had skin cancer removed, so he's very careful. He has Irish Welsh blood, which is the highest susceptibility for skin cancers. It's a real issue here. So the sun is just incredibly warm and beautiful, but yeah, it's so frosty this morning, as you'd seen in the little video at the beginning of this vlog. White, almost looked like it was snow on the ground. So pretty. We've still got leaves falling here. I feel like they're just holding on by a thread. The next wind that comes through, or storm that comes through, I feel like they're going to be leafless, because I can just see them falling like raindrops. It's amazing. So yeah, right now I'm going to do a homesteading workout, which is chopping some wood. We obviously have our little cubic mini stove in our tiny house, but I also like to chop wood for my parents-in-law as well. So got a whole heap of wood. There's something like a saying, like, wood keeps you warm 3 times. The collecting of it, the stacking of it, the chopping of it, and that is definitely the case. Usually it tends to be Sharon and John's, sometimes Tom's job to collect the wood. We go searching for wood. Usually we try and get wood for free where we can. They also have a bush block where they collect wood. We also have some friends who are farmers. Talking about wood collecting, you can hear a chainsaw there in the background, where we collect wood from. And then I do my homesteading workout, which is I try and make sure that they have plenty of wood for their fires as well. They live in I don't know if you can see it over here, just through those bushes, but they live in a converted church. It was the old church here in the little village, I guess you'd call it, that we live in, and it's barely insulated. It's just wood floors down to dirt underneath. So they have 3 fires that they try and keep going, and yeah, our house that we're going to be building is very insulated for that reason, because it's a lot of work to keep that house warm, as beautiful as it is. So I'm going to be doing a little homesteading workout and yeah, get a bit hot and sweaty. So this is my in-laws' house, and they've got the cutest little thing here where they put the wood in for their aga. It's an old, as I said, it's the old local church. Beautiful timber building. They've been here for 45 years. Tom grew up here. So pretty. And it started off, they've extended it, but it started off just as a old, partly converted church. And now, yeah, when they first came, there was like 3 trees or something. So most of the trees that you can see here, they actually planted themselves. You can see the big pine trees up there. Those pine trees were there, but it was just paddock basically, and so they have organically grown all of this. It's so amazing. So I'm just filling up their little wood stores and getting a workout in, that's for sure. So citrus season is coming in here. Winter is citrus season in Australia, and I've just noticed that these little citrus trees have got a whole heap of fruit on them. This is a Maya lemon that's coming in, which is amazing. It's almost a little bit green, and then these are oranges. So delicious. I actually forget about some of these trees because they're in the very back of the garden behind a lot of these bushes. Wow, amazing. These ones are grapefruits. You can see there's a ripe grapefruit in there, and some that are falling to the ground here. I'm not such a fan of grapefruits, but I'd like to try juicing them one day. Before Ezzy and Tom come back from their adventures, I thought that I would use this quiet time to do a little updated tiny house tour. It's been probably 1.5 years, 2 years since I last did an update on our living situation. We're still in the tiny house, but it looks a fair bit different these days. So yeah, I thought I'd show you around. For anybody new to the channel, hello. My partner Tom and I bought a trailer in 2017, and for I think it was about a year we converted that trailer into a tiny house. It took us probably about 14 or 15 months to complete the build. The tiny house is 7 meters long by 2.3 meters wide, and not long after our little one Ezra was born, we added on a large deck extension, and then around about 2 months ago we converted, I say we, a lot of it was Tom, we converted the deck into a fully insulated additional room. Makes such a difference. Oh my goodness. So I think a lot of you probably haven't seen that. So I wanted to show you around our living situation and how it looks right now. The tiny house is relatively clean. I try and keep it as kind of picked up as I can because we live in such a small space, the three of us. It's very quick to clean and very quick to get messy. So I work on keeping our stuff relatively minimal where possible. For some of you, it might seem like no stuff at all. For some of you minimalists, that we've definitely got more stuff than we need. But I try and find the balance. And we could definitely live with less, that's for sure. But it's a constant work in progress. So I'm going to show you around and excuse the little bits of mess here and there. So this is our entryway from the outside. We are based in the paddock on Tom's parents' property. Their house is up the garden path over there. When you come in, we've got some clothes storage, some coats, jackets, winter gear, my knitting basket just down here, and some puzzles, and Ezzy's bathtub. And then this is such an amazing addition. It's just one of those Kallax units from IKEA. And this is basically where we store all of Ezra's toys. We try and keep all of his toys to natural materials. As he's got older, that's been a little bit more challenging, but we still really do try and stick to that. That's his craft section. And we basically make sure that all of his inside toys fit in this area here. He has a little secondhand chainsaw down there. You can see here, he also has this gorgeous little kitchen unit with some food and bits and bobs in there. That was an amazing Facebook Marketplace find. And we have this is actually a Kmart dupe of some of the really expensive Montessori style climbing systems, but there's a balance board here and a ladder and a slide. And we put this up sometimes and we store it underneath the tiny house. Right now it's up and he absolutely loves it. So this is Ezzy's toy area. I really am pretty hardcore with the toys that we bring in. I've noticed that he really does well with toy rotations. So this is all of his spare toys and some bowls and things that I use for storing, which isn't in rotation right now. We have a storage cupboard quite a large storage cupboard in Sharon and John's shed, where I have Ezzy's baby things for any future babies, and any toys that he doesn't play with anymore either go to the op shop or will be stored there if they're really nice quality for any future bubbas that we have. Some of his favourite things that he plays with most of all are like the train sets and the blocks. We have these beautiful handmade blocks from a friend who's a carpenter. His toolbox is there. Excuse me. So yeah, that's Ezzy's toy situation, and it's a constant work in progress to keep it contained within that section. So over in the corner here, this is a new addition. Now that we have the deck room, I can finally hang up my clothes. I try and keep my clothes as natural as possible. So I've got a lot of linen, a lot of cotton, a lot of handmade clothing as well, because I do a lot of sewing and a lot of knitting. So I've got a vast majority of my clothes in here. The rest of our storage, clothes storage, is over here. I've got these 2 drawers of clothes, and then Tom has the bottom 2 drawers there. This is like my little section for homeschooling curriculums, Middle Oak Learning, and then that's the good and the beautiful bits and bobs there. And then this is our new sofa. It's an IKEA sofa. It converts out to a double bed and it's fantastic. It was not particularly expensive. I believe it was like 800 or 900 Australian dollars, but it's a really comfortable secondary bed, and we use this if one of us is sick. If we have another bubba, then this is very likely that during the postpartum phase I'll probably be down here with the baby and Tom and Ezzy are upstairs, just because we have this door that closes now just so that they can get a good night's sleep. We've got our morning basket here, a beautiful big window and a table just here. So that's pretty much everything that's in our new deck room. And I believe the deck room is 3 meters by 5 meters. So it's a really amazing additional space. And this is the door, which used to be our outside door to our original tiny house. I'll count the storage stairs so you can get a better look. So we've got our new kitchen table here. This used to be a sofa area inside here. Now that we have our sofa area in here, we can have an inside table for the first time, which is so nice. We've got our cubic mini stove just there, which is our main source of heating. We have a backup heater here as well, which we use on a thermostat at night. That just helps take the chill off a little bit. Got our nature table area just here. That needs to be converted over to winter. And a whole heap of book storage. My devil's ivy plant. Yep. This is a beautiful leaf display that Ezzy and I made recently. And then if we go over here, this is the rest of our tiny house. So we have our storage stairs up here, Ezzy's bed space and mine and Tom's bed space. And then we've got Tom's desk, which is hidden inside here. And then this is additional kitchen space, the fermentation station, as Tom likes to call it. And I've got some storage up here as well. And then this is our storage stairs area where we have a huge amount of storage. All of these open up. This one as well. And then in here we have kitchen here. This is our dirty washing. All of Ezra's clothing that fits is in here, other than pajamas, which is upstairs in his bed area. This is towels and kitchen storage. And then this is all of our cups and tea section, where we have a freezer and a fridge and a washing machine. And then in here we've got some pull-out food storage, which is so helpful. You can fit actually quite a huge amount of stuff in here. We also have a little bit of additional food storage under here, and then some pots and pans that fit in the back there. Some other kitchen storage here. And then under here we have bins, chopping boards, that kind of thing. And this is the kitchen counter space that we have. We also have an oven over here and a little bit of storage up in this cupboard as well. So it's just about enough space, I would say. We've got used to cooking in here. I would love to have a dishwasher drawer at some point. So hopefully that'll be an addition that we can do. This is our bathroom area. So we have our toilet area and some storage here. We have a composting toilet. This is our shower here. So it's a very small space. I believe that our bathroom is 1 meter wide, but it works. But if you come up here, this is our bed space. We're actually going to be updating this area here. At the moment it's a queen size futon, and we're going to be removing my clothes storage along this side and getting a king size futon mattress. We've just ordered that. At the moment we're on a IKEA foam mattress, and we're basically upgrading to eco mattresses for the off-gassing situation. So I'm going to be excited to have some more bed space. Ezzy usually does. He slept through the night for a really long time recently, especially in winter. He tends to wake up at around 4 and come into bed with us, so it's nice. It's sweet to have the cuddles. He goes straight back to sleep and sleeps until probably about 7, unless Tom's alarm wakes him up. So it would be really nice to have some additional bed space for the cuddles in the morning. And then this is Ezzy's bed space here. He has a curtain that gives him some privacy, like so. And Ezzy's got a organic futon mattress in here, just on the floor, and then we flip the mattress every couple of weeks. And he also has some additional storage space just in here. There's a couple of spare blankets, his pajamas, and a few other bits and bobs, and then his stuffed toys here. Well, I hope you enjoyed having a look around our tiny house. It's a very, very beautiful space, even though it is very little. The deck room has been such an amazing addition. I wish we'd done that a lot earlier. It would have been a lot easier being a first-time mum with that deck space being insulated and completely finished. So that was a really amazing addition. We managed to keep it under about $5,000, $6,000 to create that space, plus a little bit more for the furniture, I believe. I think maybe $6,500 with all the furniture from IKEA as well. So it wasn't insanely expensive, but it was such an upgrade for us just to have that additional space, which is usable in the winter. When it was a covered deck, just with the we had like plastic curtains, like cafe curtains all the way around. It was very, very cold. We spent a lot of money on a patio heater, gas patio heater in there, because we had to be out there because our table was out there, so for meals. But it dripped. There was a huge amount of condensation issues in the winter, so it wasn't really a very good place to store things without them getting weather damaged. So having this space and just having it fully weatherproofed is so helpful. And because it's insulated as well, it keeps pretty warm. So yeah, very, very big life upgrade. If you are in a tiny house yourself and you have kids, I would definitely recommend a covered deck as an option. Recently, last year, we purchased a block of land from Tom's parents, and we've just received our planning permission for our hempcrete house. It's our small house, not a tiny house, 2-bedroom home that we're going to be building over on our land, which is just the next paddock along. So we're going to stay here in this space for the next couple of years while that's being built, and then we will move the tiny house over and have the tiny house as guest accommodation, potentially Airbnb-ing, and live in our beautiful hempcrete house over there. So I can't wait to share that process with you as well. It's been an amazing learning curve. Grateful for Tom's knowledge and ability to learn new skills. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little vlog and a little tour of our tiny house and how it's looking right now. And looking forward to chat to you guys soon. Bye for now.